Yo, 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 yo. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to Grby Live. Your boy Antoine, aka Tweezy. We back in here, man. Man, it's been a week. Last week we weren't able to get on, man. Your boy was out there working hard. But most definitely had to find time to get back on here this week and celebrate everybody that did their thing this week. So big shout outs to everybody that won last week. And big shout outs to everybody that won this week, man. With that said, we're gonna go ahead and get this party started, man. But first we have to talk about our sponsors. So let me go ahead and bring that up to the stage. Boom, here it is, guys. You can find all of our information on grubbyindiana.com. You have our homepage, AOY, Money Leaders, scheduled month-long prizes, and our partners. Most importantly, our partners. These guys help us throughout the season. So big shout out to these guys: Hobie, Sun Valley Sports, Militech, Moving Water Outfitters, Catch, On the Water Innovation, and many others, man. Go ahead and check them out. There are coupon codes at the very bottom of some of these sponsors. You can click right on their pages and get yourself a little discount on some of those dates and stuff that y'all use to win some of these tournaments. You know what I mean? So, for example, if you want to go over here to Vixen Fishing, it's 35% off. You're going to use a code, just click on that, and boom, there it is. It'll take you straight to the website. So, no wondering how you can get there or where it is. Just go over to grubbyindiana.com and click on our partner page, and boom, there it is. So, man, big shout outs to them, man. We got several guys that's going to join us this evening to celebrate their wins, man. We're going to invite them on to do this winner circle thing, man. Got to most definitely show some love because they went out doing some of this hot weather and put up big numbers so they can come up here on the stage, man, and represent. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first tournament. So, you can find, let me go ahead and bring this back to the stage. You can find all of our tournaments on tourneyx.com. You can go over here to the club tab, and we are the very first tab here, Grby, GRBY. You can click on that, and it should take you to all of our partners. All of our tournaments. And at the very bottom, it shows you our upcoming tournaments and tournaments, current tournaments, depending on when you look at it. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and take it down and bring up our first winner of this week. So our first tournament that we're going to talk about is our Northwest Trail. It's the stop number 4, Kankakee River, presented by Bose Baits. There was a total of 7 anglers with 31 fish being put up on the board. And our angler that did his thing pretty much put up the biggest bag, the only 80-inch bag. So with no further ado, let me go ahead and bring up my boy Brian, a former Grby Live host. Man, what's going on? What's up, Brian?
So this is what it's like to be on this side.
Yeah.
How are you, Antoine?
I'm good. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you. And I'm excited. It's the first time I've been able to be on here as a winner. I've been doing this for 7 years, so.
Man, congratulations to you.
Congratulations
to you, man. You look like you've been out with some good people too, man. You got Chip on the board. You got the infamous Larry, man. He does this thing. And Scott, he always show his face, but look, you did your thing, man. So
those guys are usually, they leave me in the dust most of the time, and especially Larry and Chip, man, they've been having a year, and Eric Tracy, he's been having a year at the Northwest Trail, so he's actually leading the standings, I think. So to go out and kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. First time ever on the Kankakee for me. I have never fished it.
Wow.
And I wasn't even sure I was gonna fish it this weekend. I'm actually on vacation right now. I'm in Ohio, and we left Sunday for Ohio. And so the only day I could fish was Saturday, and they were calling for storms all day. And I'm like, man, do I really want to go up north about an hour and a half from my house, fish a tournament all day in the rain, the storms, who knows what that's going to be like, and then go on vacation the very next day? And my answer was yes, I do want to do that. So yeah, it was really good. I randomly chose a place to put in. I had a friend drop my truck off at the next ramp down, and I floated and just kind of in a random place, hoping that I was going to be able to float all the way down. I didn't know if there'd be a dam in the middle of it. I didn't know anything. Yeah, had fun, caught some fish, and it got rained on, and lightning. I mean, it was an exciting day.
Wow. So, man, well, I guess that would mean you can give up the juice then. So how was you catching these smallmouth, man? I know they were putting up a pretty good fight, man, especially that 18.5 you put up.
Yeah. And actually they beat me up, these fish. Now I fished the White River quite a bit and have had a little bit of success there in the last couple of years. And those fish are known to, be jumpy and fighters and want to jump off the board. Early on when I fished the White River, I lost so many big fish off the board. And I finally figured it out and put my catch board down the bottom of my boat, as you can see in the picture there. And I haven't lost fish since I started doing that. But yeah, I caught that 18, but a couple of the 15s that I caught, they were big fighters. And when I got him on the board, they just would not cooperate. I had this one fish. It took me 10 minutes to get his mouth closed. He just wanted that mouth open. And they stabbed me with their spines like multiple times. My finger's still sore from getting stabbed. So, man, they were feisty. They were feisty fish.
Yeah, I can imagine, dude. I fished the White River for the IKA. I didn't do that well, and I had to leave early, but
yeah,
it was good. It was a good time though, man. But those fish are feisty, man. The fish that I caught, man, that thing was just flapping, dude. It's like boom, 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 boom. The tail just kept moving. I'm like, dude, just calm down.
Just give me a second. I'll put you back in the water.
Yeah. Hey, by the time you done taking a picture, you frustrated. You like, man, just get back in there, dude.
Absolutely. I'll even be honest. There was a time or two, I don't know if I did it this past weekend, where I was almost tempted to just throw the fish back and not take the picture, because I'm like, man, this is wasting time for a 14-inch fish.
Right.
But yeah, it was fun. And I knew the bite was going to be tough on that river. Eric had gone out the day before and got 70, I think, and he ended up in second place. Got 70.5, I think. And so I knew that the bite was tough, and there weren't a lot of big ones biting. So when I was able to get everything over a 15, I was like, okay, I got really lucky today. So yeah, I was glad I found them.
Yeah. You did you catch a bunch of fish, or
I actually did. Now there were a bunch that were 10, 11 inches. I mean, a lot. So I caught a lot of small ones, and I'd say by about 9 o'clock, because I really didn't want to count anything under 12 if I could, so I was throwing everything under 12 back. But by 10 o'clock, I had 5 fish over 12 inches, and then I think it was by 10:30 or 11, I had my top 5. The bite died about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and yeah, I don't think I caught, although I caught my 18-incher. I caught that later in the morning. It was so funny. I caught that thing, And if you look close at that fish, he's not real thick. So
Yeah.
I didn't think he was all that big. I thought he was maybe 16 and a half, 17. And I got him on the board and I was in shock. I'm like, dude, you're over 18 inches. You don't
Yeah,
look like
it's
for that.
pretty long though.
It was very long fish, and it was I was very surprised by that one. But yeah, I think about 11 o'clock, I had my 5 biggest on the board.
Nice. So I see you got all the rain gear on. So you said it poured down on you pretty good.
It did. I mean, most of the morning we got, and I'm talking storms. There was thunder and lightning. The lightning during the morning was pretty much off in the distance. I wasn't too worried, but it was a little concerning. But I pretty much kept floating the whole time. And then I heard another storm coming about 1 o'clock, and the lines out was 2:30, and this was Eastern time, so Central time is about noon. And I came across Chip and I think Clayton, and I saw them, and I said, guys, I'm getting out. That this next storm, I don't think I want to handle it. So I got out of the water about an hour, maybe hour and a half before lines out. And I felt pretty good about my total, but I figured, hey, if somebody was going to beat it, then I'd rather be safe than stay on the water. So.
Hey, perfect. I totally understand, man. Safety over everything, man. Don't want to get struck by lightning.
That's right. And it got bad that second storm, Saturday afternoon. Lightning. I was driving away from the ramp, and I'm seeing lightning strikes all over. And thankfully, I saw the only ones I saw were Clayton and Chip, and I saw them get off the water before the lightning started. So I knew everybody that I could see was safe.
Yeah, it looked like majority of everybody fished on Saturday, and then
Larry fished Sunday and Marvin fished Monday. Eric was Thursday. Everybody else was Saturday.
I thought you would have had big bass, but it looked like Larry came with this 20.5-inch smallmouth.
Let's clarify that. I had big bass.
Well, you did.
Larry decides to show up, and I'm like, dude, how do you always find them? He always finds them. You know how many times this man has beaten me when I have big bass through the whole tournament until like the last day or so. And then he finds a way to best me, and I get second place for that big bass every time. It's happened like 5 times in the last 2
I thought I was about to see a smallmouth dude, and he pulled out a largemouth.
Found a largie somewhere. I think he went on the far end somewhere of the river and got that largie. But yeah, he's an amazing angler, and he knows how to find the big fish. Man, he knows how to do that.
Most definitely. I don't even think he had live scope.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't even think he live. I don't know if it'd make a difference on the river though.
No,
was the water kind of shallow, or was it a little deeper?
Yep, it wouldn't have changed. Even if I had live scope, it wouldn't have changed what I do on the river. I'm floating, and I'm looking for a specific thing and a specific kind of type of water, and it's taken me years to kind of just figure that little secret out that I'm sure everybody knows, but that's what I've actually started to figure out is there's type of water I'm looking for and certain areas.
Man, I need to figure it out, man, because it seemed like the river always kicked my butt, man. I can never like do as good on there as I wish to. You know what I mean? But hey, it got practice, man. Gotta get that practice in.
That's why I really wanted to do the White River this year, and I've done Tippy once, and then the Northwest Trail. We're going to be doing our last event of the year is actually the Tippy River, the Wabash River, Lake Schaefer, and Freeman. So that's going to be we're doing 6 events for the Northwest Trail this year, and the 6th one, that one in late September, and our next one is Kuntz Lake. So 6 opportunities to fish the Northwest Trail this year and all kinds of different bodies of water. It's been fun.
Yeah, I just hated that I'm over in Terre Haute, so man, we don't really have too many rivers by us. I mean, White River is about an hour and a half, just depends on where you go. You know what I mean? But I wish I was right there. Maybe like 15-20 minutes away. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it is nice to have access, and I've got where I live. I've got the Wabash River going through. I got the Missinawa. I've got Salamone. I got anything I want to try and figure out. I've got access to this.
Well, we got the Wabash down here, but I don't think the area that that comes through here has smallmouth.
I don't think they got. There are smallies in the Wabash. I have found them, but they're hard to find. You got to find the holes on the Wabash, and it's a muddy river. Man, it's a muddy river.
Very muddy. So, every time I look over at it, I'm like,
yeah,
and it's fast too.
When we do that Tippecanoe and Wabash River together, and if anybody goes down Tippecanoe and then where it meets the Wabash, you can see such a distinct line of mud versus clear water.
Are you talking about the junction area?
Yes, the junction there. Okay. Yeah, that'll be in play for this tournament. So will Lake Schaefer and Lake Freeman. Again, that's late September this year. But our next one is Coons Lake. Our AOY race for this series is really close. I wanted to point out that Chip and Eric Tracy are 6 points apart for AOY for this trail series. So Tracy pulled out the second place finish and Chip was third. So Eric got a point on Chip there this weekend. So now they're 6 points apart.
On a Northwest trail, right?
Northwest, yeah, whatever. I probably said it wrong. Northwest Trail, and so I think Eric Tracy's in first, right?
No, Chip is.
Chip's in first. Okay, I got it wrong.
Chip.
Oh wait, that's the region. That's the region.
I'm sorry.
To the trail. I think the trail's different.
Yeah, there it is. Let me pull it up. Yeah, the trail, there it is. Eric, Chip, and then Marv.
Okay.
There it is.
Yep. So that's going to be a fun one to watch with 2 more events left in the trail series.
Okay. Yeah, tight race, man.
Yeah, it is. And man, Chip, just talking about Chip, he's leading so many series right now. He has had a year, and I'm assuming you've had him on.
Several times.
He is having a great year this year, and he's such a good guy. And I ran into him on the river this past weekend, and he just was so gracious and was like, "Hey, good job, man, keep it up." And I'm like, "Dude, you're the hammer right now." So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's having a year. Chip, man, a lot of people just doing their thing. Bob. He's doing it. He's been doing really well.
Bob's doing amazing. James Miller, of course. Larry, of course. Up here in the north. Yeah. Those are all the names that you kind of pay attention to. There's many others that I'm probably forgetting, but there's a lot of good anglers up here.
True, it's a lot of good anglers just in this club, though, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, guys, man, they put up some big fish, man, around the state. I tell you.
That's why it took me 7 years to finally get a win.
Man, yeah.
Grby.
I'm trying to get me a win too, man. I got to get back out there, man. I've been working too much. But
yeah.
I'm
now, you've had now. Have you won any this year? You have, haven't you?
I won Bluegrass once.
That's right. Okay, I knew you won something.
Yeah, man, that was an amazing day, dude. I put up 99 inches or something like that.
I can't even dream about that.
It was so crazy. But that was earlier this year. I want to say April, maybe.
Yeah,
it was one of the first tournaments. But we're not talking about me, man. We more on you, man.
Well, what I'm excited about is I cannot wait for the championship this year. I hope everybody that's done well this year gets to be there and just hanging out beyond the competition. I love just hanging out with everybody, seeing everybody once a year that you haven't seen since the last one. So much fun.
It's always a good time. Yeah, it's always.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to get down there, dude. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna hold you, man. I know you're on vacation, right?
I am.
Yeah,
like a family.
Look like you chillaxing, man. Chilling and relaxing.
I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I get to be on Grby Talk. Well, I need to find a place.
I was kind of late, man. I was late today, man. I was doing some work, man. Like I got my own business, things been picking up, so
Well,
I've been, I'm making sure I try to get on here every night, man. But sometimes it
oh,
just
it's hard. I
sucks
remember.
me
I remember.
in.
It's hard to
I
hard to
already
do when
know.
you got a life too. But this
Yeah,
is, I
yeah.
don't know for you, but this show, this talk means a lot to the Grby community, and it meant a lot to me to be able to be. It humbled me to be able to be a part of it. You're doing an amazing job with it, man. I just want to give you kudos, and
Appreciate it.
I love watching and hearing all the interviews. You're doing great.
Man, thank you. And like I said, man, congrats on you.
Thank you.
First win of 7 years, I guess.
Yeah,
Man,
actually,
but I
my
do
second.
remember that. Oh, your
I,
second?
I,
Okay.
what's that? I won Palestine earlier this year, so this is the first year I've
Okay,
won
yeah, yeah,
anything,
yeah.
but I've won 2 now. So
Oh, I did try to get you on. I think you was a little busy.
yeah, I probably was.
Yeah,
My new job keeps me at work late sometimes. So
yeah. And I never forget that big bass that you got, dude.
it
That
was huge.
trophy, man. That thing was nice.
That was one of my favorites. I caught that on Niona and got that
Yeah,
trophy still hanging in my office right now.
yeah,
It's a replica, everybody. Just so you know, it's a
yeah.
replica. I
It's a
won that
replica, but
from Niona a few years ago. That was
yeah,
amazing.
I never forget it, man. That thing was nice. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to give me one, dude.
I recommend everybody get a replica of your biggest fish. That's an amazing thing to and I can't remember her name now, but the lady that did that for us, she does an amazing job.
I know I want her to do mine. I got an 8 pound
Yeah,
roper in Illinois, 23
yeah.
inches. So I
There
want
you
to see
go,
that.
man.
Yeah,
That's huge.
it is. It surprised the heck out of me, dude. I'm telling you. I thought it was a double digit, man, because it was just so big when it was coming out of the water. I was like, oh my God. Like, it just blew my mind. It really did.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold you up, man.
All right.
Congratulations again.
Thanks for having me on, man. I had a lot of fun tonight. Appreciate it.
Man, appreciate you for joining me, man. I know I was late with it, but better late than never, right?
That's quite all right. All right. Shout out to everybody.
All
I'll
right.
see you on the water.
All right, peace.
All right.
There go Brian, though, man. Huge contributor to Grby. Did his thing, man, putting up them big numbers. Hit only person with an 80-inch bag this go round, man. So big shout outs to him. He does a lot behind the scenes too. I believe he judge fish and do all of that type stuff. So you know what I mean? Like he just said, man, it's good for him, good for the anglers, man, that we do this, man, represent. So we gonna keep this party rolling, baby. We gonna keep this party rolling. So this person, oh, did he leave? Oh, okay, there we go. Our next tournament that we're gonna discuss is Summit Lake, and this is presented by JBC Outfitters. Summit Lake is an awesome lake, man. It always brings out the best of the best. No lie, I got big fish in there, man. And this guy is always catching big fish. The guy that won, man. But man, this tournament here put up a couple big fish, dude. And I tell you, man, this lake been producing all year. But it was 31 anglers in this tournament. 31. Like I said, Summit Lake always bring out the best of the best. 31 anglers, 139 fish were caught. 139 fish were caught. So, man, our winner of this week's Summit tournament, stop number 4, presented by JBC Outfitters. My boy, James Miller, man. What's up, my guy?
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one.
You should be, dude. Look at this, boy. Look at this. 82. You only want to put up an 80-inch bag. And you thought you had big fish, but
Yep.
somebody came behind you, bro, and put up something bigger than a 22.
Yeah, it was funny. The day I caught that, I talked to Coach Brian Moore on the phone, and he said, well, you got big bass locked up. And I was like, it's Summit. I would never feel safe with a big bass unless I had like a 24-incher at Summit. It's just seen so many 22 and a halves, 22 and 3/4 caught there. It's like, you never know. But what I was not expecting was for him to catch the same fish. Did you know that?
That was the same fish?
Yes.
So
There's
what
a
do you
whole post. There's a whole post on Grby. It's the same fish. It has in this picture the his hand is covering the gill plate. It has a sore on it. But if you look at the patterns on the tail, and then the patterns on the tail on mine, on the markings and stuff, yeah, it is the exact same fish. Caught a day apart.
So how do you get it to stretch another quarter inch? What the heck?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the positioning I had it on the board or mine was. I mean, in the picture, in
Yours
that picture,
arched.
yeah, it's in that picture it looks fatter. I think it was just full of shad. I don't know if it threw the shad up after I released it or what. But it also could be I had the fish up higher on the board and he had it more centered. That could have made a difference because I tried to get that thing to touch 22 and a quarter. I didn't take too much time on it, but
Yeah, it looked like it lost a little bit of weight, and he got it, like you said, kind of streamlined, kind of straight.
yeah. But that, considering how I caught that fish, that's just crazy. I mean, we talked and stuff, and we caught it in the same area, like
Wow.
around the same spot. But yeah, the odds. I mean, I can tell you how the day went. I started on the north end and fished about what I think everybody does. The cove on the north end that's full of grass, and about everybody was in there. And yeah, I was just catching them good throughout the day on a wacky, a Nico worm, stuff like that. Actually, all of my limit came off of a Nico worm, and I mean it just slowed down. I was trying to fish the deeper grass lines and stuff like that, and they weren't there. I don't know. Usually earlier in the year they're on the grass lines and stuff like that. But even in the summer, but this tournament I couldn't get them to bite on the grass lines. I've never been great at Summit in the summer in the few times I fished it before, and yeah, I was kind of just fishing around, trying new stuff, and I was like, "What am I doing?" I was like, "I got to try something new. If I'm ever gonna do good at Summit, I'm gonna have to find these just do something that I'm not comfortable with. Get out of my comfort zone and just go out there in the middle and find these packs, these groups of fish that are just swimming around out there with the shad." So I spent the last 2.5 hours of the tournament just scoping. I mean, when I tell you that is a very boring and meticulous way to fish, I mean, it really is. I mean, you just are just pedaling around basically, and I like to do it in an S. That way you can cover a lot more water like that and kind of see back and forth on these big deep flats. And about an hour in, I turned my scope handle, and probably 10 to 15 of them, all the same size on scope. And I didn't know how big they actually were, but they were all looked the same size on the markings, and they were in 30 feet of water, suspended at 15 feet. I cast right into the middle of them, and they just absolutely smoked. I'm not gonna say what it was. Normally I'm pretty I'm fine with telling what bait I use, but I think I'm gonna keep this one to myself. Some people already know, word might get out, but I cast right in the middle of two of them and absolutely smoked it. The whole screen just went to a blur. They just all rushed up to it. The first one that bit, I'm guessing it was probably a 1920, but it came up and jumped, spit the hook, but immediately cast back in there, and same thing. One hit it, and I set the hook, missed it, and then the next one, as I was jerking back up, that 22 hit it, about jerked the rod out of my hand, and I was just holding on with two hands. I have never felt a fish pull like that. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Luckily, yeah, it was. I couldn't believe it. I mean, the boat. I know there was a boat about 200 yards to my left, and I know he heard me yelling and stuff. And well, I got it into the net, and that thing just started going ape shit, and just
No, sorry.
all over
Bouncing,
it.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it tore a hole in my net. I was just hugging it for about 15 seconds, waiting for it to calm down. I was like, please stop. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
But
you're not going nowhere.
yeah, I threw that thing on the board, and I didn't take much time with it. But the wind was picking up, so I drifted pretty far off of wherever that school was where I caught it. And I dropped a pinpoint though, but I couldn't find him again. I found a smaller school later, but they hit it a couple times, and that was about 20 minutes before lines out, but couldn't get any keepers. I caught another 14 and a half. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it worked out. Do I think I could have gotten a limit doing that all day? I mean, that's hard to say. I know a lot of people are probably going to go out there and try to do that, but I'll say this: it is, like I said, it is meticulous. I mean, you're just staring down at the screen this whole time and just looking. I mean, to do that for 8 hours, like some of these pros do, in their tournaments. I mean, they do it for longer than that, pre-fishing and stuff. But it was worth it for a 22-inch fish. I mean, just yeah, this is probably the first bass I've caught where I can honestly say without live scope. I mean, I never would have caught it, unless it was spawn or pre-spawn. They're up real shallow, but these fish were, probably barely ever see any baits thrown at them out there. It was just, it was crazy. And the fact that Ryan caught it the very next day.
And I think I know what you was doing though, but I ain't gonna say it on here, man. But I think you and Ryan.
Well, yeah, if you're in the group, yeah, you know what it was. Yeah.
I didn't even read it in the group, but I remember Ryan said something about it a long time ago, and I think both of y'all was probably doing the same thing. So
what he caught it on was actually different. I'm not gonna say what he caught it on; that would be rude of me. But he caught it on something different, actually, which would kind of make sense. But the thing about those schooling fish is, if there is one fish that is just way more aggressive than all the others, when you get it's a lot different catching the same fish when it's by itself, than when it's with a school, because when it's by itself, it's way more, shy about it. When a fish that's in a school that was caught even hours ago, if you get that school fired up, it's going to be fired up with them. It's going to be biting, going after bait just with the whole school. So, yeah, I think it's just one of those things where that was the most aggressive fish in the pack and was probably the bully of the group or something like that. And
probably took the bait, man. Took it right out of their mouth.
I couldn't believe how fat that thing for a summer fish. What's crazy is if you look at who was it? I think third place. I caught a 21-incher.
Yeah, I was just looking at. I put it up not too long ago. I want to say, was it Scott?
Look at the difference. This is the difference between a bass that's been probably kept in a live well in a bass boat and been a typical tournament fish that up here in northern Indiana we have that's just been beat up, skinny, summer bass, and then these bass that are out there just roaming around for these giant shad in the middle of nowhere. Haven't seen baits probably a quarter of the amount that these others have. It's crazy to think. And the fact that there were so many of them is just insane to me. I'm going to say there were at least around 15. Like,
wow.
I threw back in there that second time, there were even more. And they were all just taking turns swiping at it. And and they were all the same size. I mean, you couldn't tell a bigger mark from the other. You know what they say? Usually fish school up with the bass their own size.
Yeah, the big ones usually hang together.
Yeah, yeah. But and I beat Reedy. That's always just as much as the money and all that.
Yeah,
Beating Reedy is just as fun, especially at Summit.
man. Yeah, 'cause that's his spot, man. And man, he forever in my book, man. My good gracious, man, because he helped me win AOI that year, dude. For real. So I always owe him one. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah.
Man, congrats, man. You won last week too, man. The week before last, I wasn't able to get you home, but
Oh yeah, Waldron. Yeah, that was a lot of fun too. Well, what's funny that all year I haven't caught a single 20-inch fish until Waldron last week. Now I've caught. Yeah, yep. I put up 90 inches 3 times this year and 89 inches 3 times, and in none of those tournaments I had a 20-incher. They're all 19s and 18s. And then I told myself I almost didn't fish Summit, but I was like, you know what? I've been doing so poorly as far as big fish catches this year. I'm just saving it up for that one big one. I'm saving up all my luck for that one giant. But
yeah, and you got it, man. 22, man. So that's your PB, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta get you something bigger than that, man.
I definitely, if that fish could have stretched out a little bit, it would have been nice.
It was too fat, man. It was too fat and round. Couldn't stretch it no more. It's so crazy how Reedy got it to stretch a little bit. But it's well, I guess it is the same fish, got the marking on the tail and everything. So
I think it came down to the positioning on the board and the throw up a couple shad. I don't know. But yeah, it's just and I don't want to discourage people that don't have live scope or stuff like that. I mean, you can catch these fish too. I mean, there isn't much of a difference. It's just timing of year, depending on what the fish are doing. It's better in situations like this year. I've barely used live scope in any of the tournaments. I've still done well. It's just that there are just situations where it comes in handy, just like any other tool. And it's not like it's easy. I mean, like I said, I spent 2 hours barely casting, just looking for this fish, and I got that one fish, and and then lost the school, and didn't get anything after. I honestly don't know if I could have gotten a limit like that, because it's one of those things where if you don't get a limit first, then well, the thing is, it's like if you're fishing for weight, then that would of course be the way to go. 3 of those and you'd probably win 90% of bass tournaments around here. But as far as length, you could catch 4 18 inchers, 19 inchers, and you'd still lose because you didn't have a limit. But it's just one of those things where you got to grind it out, try to get a limit first, and then do it, or go after the big ones first and then hope you can get a limit later. But it's just kind of one of those things that worked out in my favor this time.
Man, you probably had a whole piece after that then, huh?
Another reason, I was just fangirling too much after I caught that thing. I called Brian Moore because I was like talking to him after a tournament or something. We talked to each other about what we were doing and stuff like that, and I just and having spot lock would have been really nice too. I tell you what, not having live scope and not having spot lock is, I don't know, it's kind of trying to think of a good term to put it in, but yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't help a lot. I'll just say that live scope's nice, but without spot lock and stuff like that, it's a lot harder to use.
Yeah, I love my spot lock, dude, on that autopilot, dude, because you would have been able to stay on that spot, man, and stay with those fish.
Yeah.
Got thrown off. So Man, that's awesome though, man. But big ups to you, man. Congrats again, man. Don't
Thank you. I
surprise
appreciate it.
don't surprise me that you won, man. But it do surprise me that you caught that 22 incher though, man. I seen one there this year. I don't know if I'm drawing a blank. Somebody caught a big fish doing I don't know if it was 22 or 21 during was it IKA?
Yeah. Tim
Dempsey.
Dempsey, yeah, he caught a 22. Yep. I
22.
should check if that it might be the same fish as ours. I don't know. Maybe we've all just been catching the same 22 this whole time. We'll find out. No, I doubt it.
I think he was in a different area than y'all. I think I know where y'all probably caught that fish at, man. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't have been. I mean, honestly, he would have been near a spawning area where we would have been. I mean, it wouldn't have been far from there. Probably. Yeah. Who knows where these fish? You know, how far they move. I just feel like they're just out there, and then it's weird. Life scope has taught us that we really don't know nothing about these fish that are just out there. They're just
out.
Could be anywhere, coming shallow when they feel like it.
See, that's why I'm about to go get it, man. I don't have live scope yet, man, and I do pretty well from time to time. But I mean,
like I said, this was really the first time that I have made myself go out and see fish. Like, haven't just gone off weed. That's mainly what I use it for. Like 99% of what I use it for is weed lines and positioning, brush piles, stuff like that. Not actually looking at the fish and casting to them. And because a lot of lakes around here, they're so conditioned to that from bass boats and stuff already. You can do that to 20 of them before you might get a bite. They're just so shy about it. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you either have to commit fully to it or not really do it at all. Because if you don't commit to it fully, then you're kind of just wasting your time out there looking at fish that probably aren't going to bite, and it takes so much of your time too. Like if you're just using live scope to go from fish to fish, trying to catch them individually, and what you're looking at, then it's very frustrating, and you can waste hours and do diddly squat.
Yeah, but I hear that a lot.
Yeah, and that's what everybody who disses live scope and stuff like that. Once they actually use it one day, I'm sure everybody at some point is gonna use it, but they'll find out real quick, that it's a lot harder to use, and you're not just pulling fish into the boat.
Yeah, it needs some practice though. So
yeah.
But hey, look, I guess you motivated people, man. Hey, they gonna say you caught that 22 on the live scope. They're like, hey, I need to go get that.
I'm gonna fully say that. Yeah, that's the first fish. I can honestly say that without live scope, I never, there wasn't a chance. There's no chance I would have caught it. 360 or live scope is about the only way to catch those fish, unless you decide to just go out into the middle of the lake and fan cast,
and
hope for a bite.
That's probably a waste of time too, because you don't know where you're going at.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of dead water out there. I mean, like I said, I have that NK on there, so I can cover a decent amount of water in an hour and a half of just nothing. I mean, see fish, but I cast to some every once in a while. I think they were shad. They could have been anything that lives in that lake. Didn't react like bass, but there's a lot of dead water, especially if they're schooled up like that. It's not like they're it's like just a term, 10%. What does that term say? 90% of the bass are in 10% of the lake. I mean, that's exactly what Summit is right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely something I'll never forget.
Yeah. It would have been nice if you had a GoPro, man. That way you can continuously look at it.
I keep putting it off. I got a release video. That's something, I guess. But man, I'll never forget how that thing pulled. I mean, it it started pulling my kayak forward, just holding on with two hands to the rod. I never felt a fish pull like that before. It was just a feeling, I won't forget anytime soon.
It's different, dude. I'll tell you, man. You gonna make me go look at my little 23-incher, dude. I lost my mind, and people down in like the lower states, man, they like, man, we catch them all the time. Ooh, ooh. I'm like, dude, that's a trophy fish up here, man. What are you talking about?
We don't get that very often.
Yeah, like, you getting excited over that? I'm like, yes. Like, what you mean? That's a trophy fish. Anything over 7, like, is, you know what I mean? You like, whoa. Did you weigh it at all?
It was 7.4, and I didn't. I mean, it was kept flopping all over the place and stuff. I was gonna try to get a picture of the scale as I was holding it with one arm, but I almost lost it from it flopping off of the scale. So I was like, just quickly lifted it up. I just have an older scale. I got it 3 years ago. You know, am I going to say that's the official weight? Because I don't know. I'm going to see if the scale is off any, but I'm guessing it might be off a few ounces. I don't know. But it was definitely, as fat as it was. I mean, it was sick in the mid 6 pounds upper, I would say, easily.
I say that's a 7, dude. I caught a few 7-pounders my day, man. That looked easy 7-pounders.
It was just so thick. I mean, it was just so thick. I couldn't believe it. But I'll tell you what. So, you know what I was using. If you use that, man, that bite is the way they hit that thing. I mean, they hit it full speed, like just with violence, like they hate it. And that's another awesome thing about that. Yeah, about that bite was they just absolutely crushed that thing when it was not subtle, that's for sure.
But the thing is, if you're using what I think you're using, man, they can get off of it pretty easy too. So
yeah, like I said, I lost a 19-20-incher the first time. Luckily, she was hooked right perfectly in the corner of the mouth, and I had 2 of the hooks in her, but she didn't get a chance to jump. That was the main thing. She never got a chance to jump. So
sweet.
That made a big difference.
Keep them down, man. The big ones, man. Once they jump, dude, they always spit that hook. So you gotta keep them down, man. Keep them down. Don't let them jump off. So as soon as you hook them, turn that rod down, man. Put it in the water, man. Keep that fish down.
Yep, very true.
But man, I'm gonna let you go, man. Big ups to you, man. Congrats on your PB too, and congrats on the win. So
I appreciate it.
What's next for you?
Probably Worcester to give Larry my money next week. I can beat him in the second event every year, but after that, nothing. I'm gonna try. I might have to try what I did at Summit there. We'll see.
Yeah, it could work out.
It's definitely not the same at every lake, but it has big shad in it, so yeah, you never know.
Okay. I think we got a IKA tournament coming up here on the 9th. You're gonna do that as well. What is it, Cage Mills? Oh yeah, Kegel's Mills. I forgot about that. Yeah, I can't really find any information about that lake online. It looks like it could be a real fun lake. I don't know much about it, so we'll see. That's a lot of shad in there, dude. A lot of shad. I'm wondering. A lot of people are saying it kind of fishes. It's kind of like Mississinawa. I don't know if you fished that event. No, I never fished it. It's kind of it's mainly just a flood control lake and has a ton of shad in it. The bass are kind of tough to come by. Like, they're just out there in the middle. You can catch some on the bank on a crankbait and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it'll be one of those. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a good one though, man. I caught some good ones on the tube out there before, but that's not too far from me, so I think I might start practicing. I was gonna say that's about 4.5 hours from me, so I'm hoping I can get a Friday off to fish down there. A little bit of pre-fishing, we'll see. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to get out there and see what happens though. But sometimes I don't like to practice. I like to go in blind, man, so that way
Yeah.
I'll have no expectations.
A lot of times it works out better that way. It's weird how that works.
Yep. All right, man. I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer though, man. You have a good rest of your night and congrats again, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace. Have a good night.
Man, Mr. Consistent is what we call him, man. Mr. Consistent, James. He does his thing. James does his thing. And so that's what's up, man. He put up his PB. That was awesome, man. I love to see people put up their personal best, man. I get super excited for that, man. And man, that's awesome, man. Make me ready to get out and go fish and try to find me a big one. Man, all right. Well, we got 2 more tournaments we gonna discuss. A couple more things before we get up out of here. I don't want to hold the people too much longer. We've been on this thing for about an hour or so. So our next tournament is Southwest Trail, Green Sullivan. Man, I forgot to sign up for this one too, man, but I've been busy as well. But this one always usually have a decent turnout. 7 anglers, 38 fish caught. And our founder of Grby, Jim Strunk, did his thing, putting up 67 inches on Friday. You got him a 1575. Oh man, the little ones came out to play this week. Green Sullivan usually have some decent fish in there. You can usually catch some 20s and some 18s and stuff, you know what I mean, from time to time. But man, 67 inches, man. Like nobody really did too much. Little fish was out this week, man. So big shout outs to Jim. He did his thing. So big ups to him. Tried to get him on, but I think he's a little busy moving around according to Facebook. Vacation, I think. And then our last tournament that we're gonna talk about for the past week is Lake Gauge, presented by Complete Fisherman. Go check them out on the website. There was 9 anglers, 50 fish caught, and Kevin Hobson, man, put up 75 1/4, taking the win. And he fished on Sunday. His biggest fish was a 17-incher. You know what I mean? Followed by 15 and a couple 14s. Man, look at that tail. That right there helped him out. That tail was supposed to be short. Look at that. That little bit of piece right there got him to 15 1/4. That's a 14 and a half inch fish. That's funny. I ain't never seen no tail like that before. Yeah, so there it is, man. And he a good one, man. He got all socks out there in the kayak, man. He'll get his feet all wet, man, and soaked up. 2 14s and 1/4. There it is. James fished this one too, man, but he didn't do so hard to get the win, man. But he did put up 71. So there it is. James came in third in that one. So big ups to James. And then Brandon Miller, 73 and a half. Man, there it is, guys. Still got a couple more. Oh, yeah. And then we got to give out our shout outs for the Hobie Hammers of the week. Summit Lake. Mr. Ryan Woody. I call him the silent assassin because he kind of shy. He don't really talk much on the camera, but yeah, I mean, he most definitely put up some big fish, man. So he silent assassin. And then Larry, he put up a 20 and a half over on the Kankakee River. Kevin did his thing with a 17. With a 17-incher, and Jim got a 1575 taking that one. And these guys are entered into winning a kayak at the end of the season at the championship. When you get a big bass, that entry goes to winning that kayak, that Hobie. So boom, there it is, man. Shout out to those guys. I do want I do want to discuss our month longs. Let's go on. We're gonna check out the month long standings. So for our July month long, we got Mr. Larry putting up 98 3/4, leading the pack. Right behind him is like Pam Henry. I mean, with a 95.75, it's still got a couple more days until the first, so it could be a change. And then we got Pete leading the pack in our river month long with 93 inches. I thought Tyler would would come up and do his thing. Brian Moore always does his thing. He's sitting in third, but man, those guys been putting up some good numbers over there on the river as well. And then we got some AOY. I want to talk about let's look at the trails this year, this time. So our Northeast Trail leading the pack, Trent. It's a close race over here, and Todd is right behind him. And that's the Northeast Trail Angler of the Year race. We got our Northwest Trail that we discussed a little bit earlier. Eric Tracy is in the lead, and Chip is right behind him. Got a couple more events, 5 and 6. And our Southeast Trail, Jeff is leading the pack. Him and his boys. Look up, Jacob. Jacob's doing his thing as well. That's his son. Jeff is in the league. Well, yeah, Jeff is the father, Jacob is the son, and they leading the the pack over there. So look, it's a family affair. You know what I mean? Then our Southwest Trail, we got West Ward leading the pack, and then Jim is right behind him with 393 and 387. So and then you all can check out the rest of these AOI standards if you want. Our money leaders, let's see, James Miller taking the lead with $2,038. Right behind him is Mr. Antoine Hayes with $1,700, and then Larry with $1,257. Look, these guys are really putting up some numbers this year, and the club so far done put out 34,554. That is awesome. So might be switching some things up for the following year. I think we may try to put up some bigger bags, some bigger entry fees. You know what I mean? That way some of these guys can get better payouts. So that may be something that's in the works for the near future. So we keep guys posted on that. Man. Oh yeah, let's talk about upcoming tournaments. So our tournaments that's coming up for the upcoming week, starting on July 31st, we have Kokomo Reservoir. Let's see how many people we got signed up for that so far. Boom, we only got 2 people so far. But there's plenty of time. Make sure you all get over there and sign up for that, for Kokomo. We also have Bluegrass. Bluegrass normally put out some good numbers. Let's see how many guys we got. We got 8 so far for that. Bluegrass always does well. As far as number wise, we got Worcester. Boom. We got should be 2 people so far. So we got Marvin Bob signed up so far, and then I want to say James said he might go ahead and sign up for that. So that's 3 of them guys so far. And then we have White River, Brookville. What? Southeast Trail. White Water River. What? Okay. Brookville. I'm gonna have to look more into this one. All right, we got a couple people signed up for that one. Brookville, Indiana. So, what? Brookville. Okay. Thinking of Brookville Lake. Then, obviously we got our month longs and stuff starting on the 1st. So, boom. And that's in a couple days, Friday. So, we get signed up for that. That's pretty much it, man. That's all we got going for this week. Man, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Don't forget to go check out some of our partners over here at GrbyIndiana.com. Get you a couple dollars off some of these baits. Help us help them and they helping us. You know what I mean? So let's help each other. So, man, I have nothing else I want to discuss. I don't think there's nothing else on the books. So until next week, man, I get with y'all. Peace.